Good to me.
What do you mean it's unprofessional? Are you saying people that gamble are degenerates, Tony? That's unprofessional.
Not at all. I didn't say that at all. That's literally not what I said.
So
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll say that. Hell.
Think about all the community relations that's happened through YouTube. You'll see a police officer go and dance with people at a party for 5 minutes. You know, people appreciate that, Tony. And then then we'll be the appreciated ones because we're cops going to hang out at the casino and be the cool guys. You know what I mean? I think people will like it.
Okay. I guess.
You sad Katia wouldn't be around? Right. Honestly, that's the judge that called people retarded, right? I think people need to understand, like, even I'll use the word retard here and there, okay? I'm not gonna deny that shit, but I don't think you should have judges that are antagonistic and cunts. And it's the same thing with Penta as a cop. Like, when he calls a judge a retard or a whore or whatever, I just think it's dumb, okay? It's literally dumb. I really think it's fucking stupid, and it just shouldn't happen. I don't care if you're a shitty person or even Soze here or there say it, but I would never walk up to a judge and say, you know, you're a retard. I would never actually say that. It's closed. You know what I mean? Like, it's the character. I don't think it makes sense as a character to do that. Like, I want people to come to this server. I'd understand if somebody slimy said that, but imagine your first experience in this server, right? It has nothing to do with those people. Say someone joins the server, okay? The first person they run into is a cop or a judge. You do something somewhat potato, and they just say, "You're a fucking retard. What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Imagine that experience happening. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it's closed, boys.
On traffic.
Oh, it's closed. Oh, okay.
Should be for the majority. I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, I don't expect people to run around and say words like that all the time. I think they've got a place here and there, but that's my personal opinion. I'm not gonna go up and call somebody a retard unless I know them and they know that I'm clearly just messing around, or I feel it in RP, right? I just don't think it's a constant that should happen with judges or police, though.
Alright, just make sure. I thought Cat got your tongue.
And it's very you know, how you say it is also pretty relevant. I just think it's a techie cheap way of quote unquote edgy content. So that's what I think. Like, it's very easy for me to drive around and just call people shit all day, but it just doesn't suit the character to do that. You know what I mean? I just think it's you know, a bit much. Oh, that wasn't Katia? So what happened with Katia? Katia? Well, either way, I still wanted to make that point. I think there's definitely times and places for saying certain things. Honestly, chat, in my ideal roleplay world, you would be able to say anything if it was character based, but sadly, we can't allow people to have, you know, we can't let people cross that line because people will use everything incorrectly. My throat's actually starting to get sore. It's not even about realism, so to speak. I mean, it is to an extent, but they're in a point of power on our server. And I just don't think it belongs there. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I was actually surprised she said it. I don't know if I've heard her say shit like that before on that character. But my point is, you can make an edgy character, and you can be a Mike Block or a Steel or whatever, but that shouldn't be the same. You shouldn't have those same traits on a cop character or a judge character. You know what I mean? And my example being is like, if you were Penta, okay, And I said this to him, and I was like, you know, it's probably a bit much calling a judge retarded and telling her to suck people's dicks and shit like that. Because the reality is, if he was on any of his criminals, he probably would have said the exact same thing. And I feel like at that point, it's not a character base. You know, you're just sort of being edgy or slash yourself. Now, if he was to say that to a criminal, that's a little bit different. But I just think saying shit like that to judges or whatever, as well, is probably an extremity that shouldn't be there. It's too much. That's all. Jordan would have said worse. I don't know if Jordan could have said worse. Actually, you know, you're probably right. He did definitely word it differently than he probably could have on Jordan. That's not a lie at all. But you sort of get the point I'm making. You know what I mean? You're probably right though, but I just don't think you know, it should get to that point. That's all.
Is that a different location?
If you're a point in power, I think you just need to be a little more cautious of how you say things.
The previous 911
I want judges to stick around. I don't want them to feel like shit after people disagree with them, especially when chats are gonna hop and, you know, do other shit as well.
Copy, Papa 42, showing you 76, that latest 911 on lower power.
Seems like a realism argument. I think it also seems like a courtesy to someone that's a fucking human being. There's more repercussions than, you know, as soon as you disagree with something and start calling people fucking names and shit, chat's also going to get fucking pretty crazy. And when you're at a point of power, and you can put somebody in handcuffs and, you know, whatnot, or you can put somebody in jail and also literally just call them a retard at the same time, it's a recipe for disaster, I think. Isn't this the same argument for not saying it in the first place? Well, no. So to an extent, sure, but that's where the realism would also come in. Like, IRL, you wouldn't expect... It's probably happened, where a police officer would call a judge a retard, or a judge has called a civilian a retard. I'm sure it's happened, but it's not very likely. And there's definitely big repercussions for that sort of shit, you know what I mean?
Vehicle's going off-road now toward Del Perro Freeway, just 10-15 to wall. Still mobile.
None of the courtroom and shit. Yeah, see, I think there's a place for things and whatnot, that's all. But it's just one of those things, and there's a reason why we'll talk to people. It's because we don't want it to get into a bigger issue. Yeah, I think you can insult somebody, especially as a judge, or cop, without necessarily using that as an insult. Shizzle lives the 60 months.
People just 10-15. Believe he's disabled? Nope.
And I'm definitely not innocent of calling people fucking names and shit. I just feel like I don't know if I'd ever get to the point where I'd call somebody in those areas.
LS Freeway northbound, still on unfortunately travel.
Pretty much someone that's undeserving of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'd ever say that sort of shit otherwise. I just don't think I would. But I mean, Penta is very much talkable. You know, he definitely wants to talk and resolve things if there is an issue, and I don't think that there is one. So I can't imagine him doing it again, but I can understand, you know.
It's northbound LS Freeway, passing the water treatment plant.
It's, you know, it's sort of fucked up.
Cutting across towards Pullman Freeway, eastbound.
And to try to stab you? Nice. Probably deserved it.
Eastbound toward Pullman Freeway, now southbound director Pullman Freeway.
Oh, looks like they're gonna come up to us then. Where the fuck is that?
Across, unfortunately travel, eastbound Pullman Freeway.
Wait, what the hell? What happened?
Wait, where's Palomino Freeway? Wait, no, they are coming to us. Oh, no, they're going south. Never mind. Alright, let's go catch these sons of bitches. I think it's a 1080.
Oh, sounds good.
Still to southbound Pullman Freeway, unfortunately travel.
I don't know how much my voice is gonna stay intact for, boys. Sorry, guys.
Closing the travel.
Yeah, I personally don't think she should have said it. I don't think it was bad that Hassan. Oh, I mean, he's got 20,000 viewers, so, and they're probably not used to, you know, people here. So that's probably something that he shouldn't have said. But I think clarifying for me anyway on why I don't think it should be said is you know, I'm an admin at the end of the day, right? Quote unquote. So, you know, if I don't think it's a healthy outlook to have those conversations come from judges or police, then, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
450 DCB, code 6 place, 1080.
Cool. What were you looking for there, boss?
Black and color dominator. Occupant one time is occupant sound like Guy Jones.
Yeah, 10-4. We're coming down Palomino now. We'll let you know if we see him. Drink water. Yeah. Man, I'm hungry. I don't think I've even had lunch. One person shouldn't be the target for the word. It's not about a person though. It's about the role they're in. I don't want police or judges to call people retards or any other, to tell people this to suck somebody off or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I just don't think it should be a thing. I just don't think that should be a thing, especially when you're talking to a judge. I'm not saying there needs to be repercussions or anything right now. I'm just saying that if it happens, we should just say, yo, chill, and go from there. But in saying that, if a criminal walks up to me and calls me, you know, whatever, tells me to suck dick or all that sort of shit, I expect it to happen, you know what I mean? You are illegal.
Holy shit.
Goddamn police officers.
Jesus Christ, what the hell was that?
Are you okay?
I'm Ocean King.
Why don't you turn your siren on, Bass?
I had it on, sir. I'm just getting by right now.
He didn't have that on his line.
I know he didn't have it on. That's very untrooper-like.